now the second time I've seen this film, and I cry every time. So I imagine that you're as filled with emotion and joy and just, you know, the glory of being on the outside of, you know, mainstream music, mainstream art, and being able to recreate with such power and such honest and such, you know, energy is a remarkable thing. We have many, many people to introduce you to, not many people, but first and foremost is the director, producer-director, Alexandria Bombach.
Is here. And then we have some people who in the audience who worked on the film. Brock Williams and Wes, could you stand? And also Ryan Thompson, could you stand? And then we'd really like to give a really big thank you to Chandra Jesse, who's here, who's our executive producer. If you could stand with me. So she said we have a bunch of people to introduce. You can notice there's just two of us on stage. We have Amy Ray, Emily Saliers, and Winona LaDuke. Please come on out.
Applaud your applause, but this is not the first time you've been to South by Southwest, and thank you for coming back. We welcome you back. I know that the festival is very interested in what it was like. This premiered at Sundance, you may know this already, but what it's been like being here, being so-called music capital of the world, as opposed to Sundance. What has been like, what has been the reaction here?
I mean, it's just so incredible to be on the cusp of the music side of the festival too. I mean, South by means so much to me. I premiered my first film, Frame by Frame, here in 2015, and so it just feels like home. It's an honor to be here. And the difference is it's a little bit warmer, and there's a jovial feeling that is just, there's an excitement that it can't beat.
It's wonderful. We're so glad to have you back. One of the word that comes to mind most fluently for me is honesty, that there's a real honesty to this, and I said to you backstage that I don't think I've ever seen or made a documentary where you have musicians talking about the song order before they go on stage, and it seems like such a drab thing that you would just not include, but you made these choices to include these very intimate moments, and maybe you could tell us a little, as the filmmakers in the audience, what it was like discovering this archive and these very intimate moments, what that process was like.
Well, honestly, it was just such an honor to make this film at all, to be made this film. I was just so appreciative that Amy and Emily trusted me to do it, and it took a bit for Amy to show me that archive, actually, which I really appreciated. It wasn't just like, cool, you want to make a film, here's everything. It took a minute, so, I mean, and the interviews themselves, I mean, we actually interviewed the day that Georgia turned blue in 2020, and it was still peak COVID times. COVID was our audio was our COVID officer, and it was stressful, and I think we were peak emotion at that time, and I took that into account in the edit as well, but I mean, we just had very deep conversations, and I was just so grateful that they were so forthcoming and trusting with those stories, and that is just not the case for most docs, but especially music docs.
And for Amy and Emily, what was it like for you giving over so much of your trust? And I really applaud you for that, because that's atypical.
I mean, I think when you asked us questions about parts of our story, I think we just told the truth about our story, so it's pretty easy to tell the truth, and we did have trust. And when I first watched the documentary, I had a bit of a vulnerability hangover. It's what it felt like, but I've recovered from that. And it's just such an honor. But I think Amy and I have always been that way. We have, if an interviewer says, is there anything I can't ask you? We say, yeah, you can't ask us this. It's always like, ask us anything you want. And so I think we had full trust in Alexandria and in the full team, and so it was easy just to be honest and answer the questions honestly.
Did you have anything you'd like to add to no? Copy that, right? We have a very special guest on the stage tonight, and that is Winona, and who is... too, because this is a state, and I'm sorry if there are any Republican oil drillers or frackers in the audience, I apologize now. We're drilling in the land. I live in the country here, and it's just not taken seriously, not taken with any kind of sacred respect. And, well, I would say, more or less. But it's wonderful to have you here as just a potent reminder of how important it is to respect the land. And can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing now? Or?
Yeah, I mean, first I want to say, it was great to see the film, and, it's like 30 years of my life, just to be clear. That's like 30 years of our lives, and all of us together that we worked. That's a pretty long, that's like half our lives, right? That's kind of a cool story of some women that were singing together, and then some Native women, and where's Cynthia back there? Give the wave. Yeah, Cynthia, California. So let's do some cool stuff. So good, and we're water protectors, and see my sister Lucille is here too, and then actually my brother is right there, Jason. Give the wave, yes. Came to see his big sister. My point is like someone's got to be a water protector, because they ain't making any new water, and Texas needs to learn to take care of its water. Up north, we spent a lot of time, got a lot of jail fights and a lot of pipelines to fight, but time to move on. Just want kind of an elegant transition out of the oil era, before things all crash up. Just slow down a little bit, do better. And our organization, Honor the Earth, continues our work. I got some literature out there for you guys to check out on your way out, but just happy to continue our work. And it's our 30th anniversary.
Here for a second. Where's my timekeeper? Ah, okay. How much time do we have? 7 minutes, great. Should we open it up? Are there questions? And what I can do is repeat them. Yes? Questions?
Amazing movie. I was just blown away. I was just really impressed that you definitely had a choice to include Indigenous environmental activism, and I just in other films chance they might just focus on the music and not go into that part of the story. And I just want to know why that was important for you to include.
The question was about why was it important to include the Indigenous activism in the film, where other films would just focus on the music. I mean, I focused on what they focus on. I tried to put in the film what I listened and was listening to what was important to them, and that's what came into the film. So it's a reflection of their values.
And part of our music is, we met the women in the Indigenous Women's Network, which has land right outside of Austin, and spent time here. Those are our mentors, and those really were so formative to everything we've done since the early 90s. So the trajectory of our career is informed by Winona and Cynthia, all the women in that network, and Honor the Earth. So I don't think we can't really tell the story without that, because it's just been everything for us. It taught us how to do activism.
Any other questions? Yes, sir.
How's the new album coming?
How is the new album coming?
Wait a minute. Are you making a new album? We're not making a new album yet. Okay.
I love you for that. Yeah, let's do it.
We will make another album.
Yeah.
Yes, you, sir, in the back.
I'm curious, what was the process like for choosing the title of the film?
What was the process like for choosing a title? Terrifying. It just the film became about so much, and I was covering such a big landscape of their lives, and that line just came up. You know, it's such an iconic line that Emily wrote, and it felt serious and also just like, well, this is it, and this kind of the attitude that I feel from you guys, and like it's all so important, and then it's just only life after all, you know. So that's where it came from. Questions?
Yes, ma'am.
I just, like everyone here was so moved, and just want to say how grateful I am for your unabashed earnestness, and it's so fucking brave, and I love you.
Yeah, earnestness is our calling card, apparently.
This woman over
I
here.
love the sound and I love you, and I go back to the 80s listening to you on the cassettes in the car, just singing loudly. It was wonderful. And I love seeing you. So my next question is, are you touring? Are you performing? I mean, when's your next gig so I can bring all my friends to come see you?
Yeah, we're doing a week in the Midwest next week, and then we've got I can't remember where we're going to be, but a couple weeks I think in Florida or something. And then this summer, though, we're very excited about because we're getting our whole band together that we've been playing with off and on for years. We had to bag the whole tour that was during the COVID time. We had a whole tour planned, so that band is getting together, and we're going to go out and do a whole, do the whole shebang in the United States and play with that band all summer. So that's what we're going to do, and yeah, we're excited about it. Yeah.
We have time for one more question, just one more.
Can you guys talk about your biggest fears like stepping into this documentary and how Alexandria kind of like assuaged those?
If she did.
One thing is that, we're a band in the public eye, obviously, but we don't really like being looked at, like presented. I can safely say, maybe for both of us, certainly for me. And we never thought, we didn't have plans to make a documentary or have anybody make a documentary about us. We still feel like we're a working band. We're a little bit sensitive to that term, legacy, or what's that other thing they call bands when they're old? Old. So, but in Alexandria's hands, as we've said, those fears, they just went away, and we trusted her. For the longest time, maybe even 2 years, we didn't know what the hell was going on with the film.
Me neither.
What it was going to be like. But so, coming to these film festivals, it's just really an honor, because we didn't make the film. Amy had all the stuff to give Alexandria, but we didn't make it, so we stand here, and we don't know why we got chosen to stand here, but we were just really grateful for that.
That's how it felt the whole time.
But but you did say, like, I'm going to make a film about community. That was the real ticket for us, because it was like, we were like, you can do a documentary on us as long as it's not about us. That's basically what we said. It's got to be about community. It's got to be about everybody growing together and how we inform each other and empowerment, because that's what she said. She's like, I'll do that.
Oh yeah, there
I
was
do have
that
a
too.
question for you, come to think of it, is as an archivist and a historian, have you scanned all of your song lyrics and music? Oh my God, somebody scan this woman's folder.
I need to do it. No, it's the thing that everybody says to me. Why don't you scan that? As I'm shuffling through the folder of stuff and being like, I gotta take it in my backpack. I can't check it on the plane because it's gonna get lost. I'm like, everybody, like the young people are like, yeah, or just,
Sure, are there
I can ask my nephew to do it, for God's sakes.
I'll do it, Amy.
All right, log it in.
No, we're not playing while we're here. Someone just quickly asked me.
Boo, boo. You're a troublemaker. I love it.
You're a plant. You're an oil driller.
Well, actually, I'm sorry, we're out of time. But maybe you can sing, can you whistle on the way out?
No, whistling's hard. Whistling, super hard to do.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Emily,
Please, this is eligible for an audience award. Please vote. It's very easy.
Yeah, please vote for the
QR
film.
code. Do it.
Scan that QR code and vote for it.
So easy.
Thank y'all. Thanks, Winona.
If you want some more, I'll honor the bird that's on the piano on the way out. You can see some of our flags.